It is kind of a shame. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that and then the Aria box. I think when we did this before... we took this for the stun skill chance, the crit. I don't remember how we, like, obviously we're gonna give her a Chirurgeon's Charm, but then maybe it's accuracy and crit, right? Maybe it's de-stress. I mean, it's hard to know how to equip this occultist with what we have. Everything else is sort of, we can sort of figure out. Like, we can kind of go prot here, dodge and prevent surprise there. Probably it makes sense doing this. Okay, 78. Let's try it. Let's hope we don't get crushed. Ruminator, Thanatophobia. Lovely. Awful. So Cell might not do well here. But the clutch hitter I'm hoping is going to work out for us. I actually want to take a little bit of extra torches to keep the light high. I think that has been useful, especially with Cartographer's Camp. Especially with no stress healing. No stress, so here's the deal, right? We don't have stress healer in this group, and we're going into the ruins, which is a consideration. That is a pain in the butt. Which is why I've loaded on the Aria box here, and why I was tempted to put a minus the Book of Sanity here. But what we are doing is taking dodge, minus stress damage received, reduce chance party being surprised. Then we're taking the prot because we're guarding. Maybe the dodge goes there better. Damage versus unholy. Heals damage versus unholy, and then, yeah, and then this blasphemous vial. It's not the best stuff, we just don't have the greatest choices. And without a stress healer, I'm worried about taking things on that stress them out even more. The other key items here is we have Prevent Ambush, we have Stress Heal at Camp, we've got Clear Corpses, we have Cure, which is super nice. We also have an ability to stun and hit the back line. We have an ability to pull the back line as well as Clear Corpses in one move. Abyssal Artillery in Pitch Black Dungeon has a percentage chance to stun, so that's quite nice as well. The heals are reliable for the most part. They've been pretty awesome the last time we did this. Self heals, Blackjack. Stunning the front line is a big key here. Having guard, and then we have Mark Play right here with both of these two characters. The question is, what would you take that's a better kit than this? Because we have stun here with Uppercut, and then stun with Flashbang. Flashbang's great because it bypasses stealth and also shuffles, as well as stun, and then we capitalize on the stuns with Finish Him, capitalize on the Mark Play with Collect Bounty. I don't think there's anything better to take in this Bounty Hunter kit. So let's just make sure we have what we need for this. And I think that's what it's gonna be. I'm actually tempted to take a lot of them here just for the extra stress heal. But I don't think we're gonna need it. And yet again, guys, we have this split. Every single time we come to the ruins, this is the map we get. It's a right and then a left. So right off the bat, we know we want to get Riposte. Because this is all going to be AoE. We got a Berserking, a Versatile, and a Ferocious. So the last time we were in the champion game, guys, this guy was slamming massive bleeds on everything at once. This guy was hitting hard, this was hitting hard, but the bleeds from here were a big pain in the butt. We don't have gas either. So I feel like we open with Blight, we uppercut, we guard, we mark. God, the resists are so nasty. Champ and no gas. I know, Claire. I know, but I need the cure. Don't I? I could actually land a stun here too, which might be kind of nice. It's that or we mark, but I want to stun this. This is great. That's double the damage here now. 95% chance to resist this. Yeah, the stun from this is really, really not good. Like, the stun that you get here is minimal. So the fact that we landed that is amazing. This is also pretty minimal. He shouldn't move and he shouldn't get stunned. There's a first riposte and a bleed.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Okay, here comes all the bleed. 2 bleeds here. 12 and 12. Okay. So I think all we have to do now is Mark get another cure in, and try to prevent the bleeds from when we walk out of here.
Never hidden.
Kind of wishing I had stab right now, but we absolutely need to have pull for clear corpses. Wow. And then the Mark play. 27. So 1 round of cures, hopefully. Jeez. Now this is dead. I actually don't want to bleed this because if it bleeds, like, we could get punished here if this cuts. Okay. Good news is if this cuts, we can still cure both.
Prodigious size alone.
So this is gonna tick. Oh goodness. That's pretty cool. That's not too bad. Huh. I mean, I think we already have one of these, right? I think we probably end up tossing that. But not too bad for our first loot. Tick for another 8. Alright. 1 room down. Let's do this and we'll come up here. We'll come back to this too. And this. Might want to actually hit that and get a potion. Wow, nice.
You shall not pass!
Is this our first champion fallen hero? I think it is, right? I don't think we found another fallen champion. A fallen hero and champion. It's a fallen antiquary. It's actually an antiquary. So this is the target, and then this, and we don't really worry about her too much. So probably we plague both.
Precision and power.
Then we Mark and Houndmaster. The thing about the Houndmaster is the Hound's Rush is gonna pull. We could also stun. So we either stun, or we do 21 to 28. I just want to keep stress low. 70% chance. $165. So now this will tick and then probably put her at a place where it's easier to kill her. Especially if we finish him. Yeah. Okay. That's the first time we've seen her do anything really effective. Point blank, and now it's got extra damage for doing damage. We have 2 options here. We could finish him, or we could uppercut. Uppercut has 165% chance. If we uppercut, that leaves us an ability to actually start doing damage here with both of these. We want to shut this up. I think we do damage in here. Like, I usually prefer to kill her last.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Huh. So she just removed that block. Or that stun. Wow, look at the dots. Yeah, she did a smart move there. Probably we take her out here. 5 to 7 versus 11 to 14 with a 6. So this bleed is kind of nasty. If this gets point blanked, we might be in a really bad spot. We have to wait around before we can stun this again. No we don't, because it got removed. But she might just clean it. So I think the safe play here is to stun this so we don't get point blank shot. And we stop these bleeds and then we heal. Yeah, now she's dead. And this is stunned. So that plays a bit better.
A death by inches.
16. Resist bleed, thank you. I think that's as clean as this gets. She's gonna take 8, right? We can't stun this again? Ah, we can try. Okay.
Greater the glory.
Yeah. That went okay. We're still taking on a little bit of this bleed here. Like, I'd almost like to just bandage this off. I think we bandage this off. I don't know that I want to walk in here with 8 damage down. We're probably alright. Lovely. A horrific. So if I go here, we're gonna take on this horror tick. But if we land a stun, we have a good chance at doing pretty decent damage and maybe blighting this away. So I think my temptation right now is to spaghetti and then plague grenade and hope that we got enough damage with that combo and the stun that this has no corpse.
Well struck.
We actually re-stunned that, that's funny. Yeah, so this is not gonna leave a corpse.
The birthplace of
Which is great, because clearing the corpses of the undead of Unholy are actually kind of difficult. So now we uppercut to push back.
breaks.
And we have no stress heal. So now I'm actually incentivized not to use the tentacle plays. Yeah, finish him will do it. Finish him will hit here. So I think the right call is that we actually heal. That's perfect. Now both of these are not going to leave a corpse.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Oh, spam finish him for stress heals. Thank you, Claire. I keep forgetting that piece. So in Pitch Black Dungeon, guys, there you go. Finish him gets a an added little self stress heal +4 when you use it. So we're gonna try spamming it. Thank you.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy.
It's not much, but it exists, indeed. You gotta love that this is Ruins, though, right? This is a Ruins play, right? We came into this room, then we went here, now we're in the second room, and we're 50% on one person. That, to me, is the Ruins experience. We're hitting this again because it's got a turn, and it should not have a corpse. We want to spam stress heal here.
How
do we do that?
Abatement.
Speed 3. We can't finish him anymore anyway, so we just 48. We just 48 for stress heal, guys.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Poems would be great. Nope,
Glittering
not
gold,
poems.
Trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Yeah, the anti-venom doesn't do anything in the ruins except the soldiers. Check this guy out. Every single time we catch up to a bone bearer, I'm like, yeah. I think the right call is probably the pull here, but these guys just jut forward. A plagued... Vince says, shift up the Hound for stress. So in Pitch Black Dungeon, Vince, Cry Havoc does not stress heal. Yeah, we got plagued here, guys. Thank goodness we have remove disease, but this plague has got to go. So we can blackjack position 3 if we pull this up. That stress every time, though, is a pain in the butt. Wow, these are 25% damages, too. Speed 5. So, it's the chances that this actually gets a turn off here. So, my two options right now are we throw down Noxious Blast here to get this dead, because that, I think, is pretty important. Or we Disorienting Blast this, shuffle it, 50% stun resist. So now the plagued one is up here. Yeah, this has 345% stun resist, so I just completely botched that. Yeah, it wasn't the best move, I agree. It's gonna AoE Black Plague the entire party. Nice. Let's just prevent that from happening.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
So I'm tempted to finish him here for the stress heal and just the extra damage. But I would really, really like to collect bounty. I think that's the right call. 46 feels like a pretty good stress heal to me. Wicked Surge. That's wicked hard.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Clearing the corpse, because otherwise it just pops back up. Extra stun resist. Not too bad. So now we heal. No bleed. And we stress heal.
As the fiend falls,
Okay.
a faint hope blossoms.
Bone bearer down. Easy peasy, says Solaris. Thank you, buddy. That looked a little bit intimidating there for a second. But I think we handled it pretty well. The Black Plague was a pretty serious threat. Alright.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Callous Concoction, bleeding's only half the problem. So this is like an extra, this is like a super bandage, right? So we could probably just go like so. Restorative Salve, when your healing touch needs to be more of a healing punch. That's pretty sick. I want to save the water for the Necro. Deadeye, Witch, Bleeding. So now gas looks really good. Having gas here looks excellent. Which we don't have. So, I think the Deadeye is a little bit scary. 65% bleed resist, 90% chance to hit. If we can land a stun on her and start ticking this down, I think we're in a good spot. Woo, baby! Extra damage to Unholy, and we landed the stun from the spaghetti. We've got the stun on the spaghetti too. The stun chance on this spaghetti, you guys. 75% base versus a 55 resist. That's awesome. She be dead, and pretty soon he be dead. Fan-freaking-tastic. She's crushing it with this, damage versus Unholy. 12, no corpse. We landed the stun from the spaghetti. Nice. Pretty much. Full round of stuns. This group is looking pretty nice in here. The only thing we don't have is reliable stress heal. Our stress heal right now, you guys, is the crits we're landing and finish him. I don't mind a bit. Let's see if we can get rid of this bleeding. Because this will bleed us anyway, but... 14... 7 to 8. So I don't plan on stunning this, I plan on letting it die to blight. Time says Occultist is still a good character to the end. I mean, the thing about this group, you guys, is there's not a modded class in here. And these are all just This is just as good as the utility gets in this game. I mean, you could have a Vestal in here. You could have a couple really solid base game classes in here, but like, it's hard not to fit a Bounty Hunter into a group. It's hard not to fit a Houndmaster into a group. It's hard not to fit an Occultist, etc. The Plague Doctor is only a little bit more specific to the ruins, but it's doing so good with the blight damage and the prevent and the cure and the remove corpses. It's just working. It's honestly the best group in the game, both vanilla and PvD. Well, it does feel that way. 57. Good night.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Also, remember we have this right here, the speed and dodge. So we're in a good spot there too. We've actually reduced the stress taken here, even though we have the 15% stress damage taken debuff. I suppose we do this because the loot that we could get here could be really good, or not so great. Draught of Eldritch. Lore Keeping and a Bone Bearer. Bone Bearer we can't stun. We can stun this with Blackjack. So I think what I'd like to do is stack Blight here, get a stun off like we've been doing.
A singular strike.
So now this is taking 12. She's doing extra damage versus Unholy. This is dead. Extra crits and extra stuns seems pretty yummy. So that buff is damage and accuracy. A lot of damage coming from this one now. Can't stun it. It might be worthwhile to black to either. I think maybe we uppercut here. It depends on the turn order here. Like if we could mark this next, a nice hit would be pretty awesome, which means I'd want a blackjack. But because this is the only one that's stunnable right now, my temptation is actually to just go here. 14 to 19. Like, I don't want to regret not stunning this thing, and then it's going to throw at 45 damage and 10 accuracy. So I think that's the better call. Assuming it lands. Defend the icon. Okay, now it moves back. So we can still get this in here. Oh, but it's out of range. Bump in the night. This is gonna blight down without a corpse. Stun resist is still pretty high. 12 to 17, that's perfect. That means we get no corpse to deal with here. New monster, Bone Bear, Rar. Alright, Claire. I'm into it. Just talk Musk or Marvin or Hooded Lay about some artwork, and we're set. Get crushed. Second Bone Bearer down.
Nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Hello! So this is our second fallen champion in here, yeah? We already killed the Antiquarian, that was easy. This one has a chance, this is the Fallen Twilight Knight. This one, if it leaps forward, could crush. This one is actually really dangerous, and it's fairly new. So this one is actually going to take probably a little bit more... I mean, this is nasty. We have a madman here that needs to die. This is going to be punking us AoEs with bleeds. And this is just going to slam. I want riposte. I want guard and riposte here because of this. But we gotta crush this. Like, this might be the right way to play it. It might be worth doing this. %300 stun resist. Okay, now we're gonna get wrecked. 70% stun resist. Clear the corpse. Wow, full resist here. Strike to stun. That's pretty good.
The will to fight falters.
70% stun. Not too bad. I'm really wishing we had riposte here, but I'll take the dodges. The riposte would be really good on that AoE. Now we crush. Wow. 70% resist on that. These crit marks are amazing. Okay. Five doesn't do a body good. Our speed is so high right now, it's amazing. 12 to 17 with 7 and 5. I'm doing this for the stress heal, and then it should die. That's how it's done, guys.